The story begins with a problem that almost ended the group before they truly began. Before they were Dreamcatcher, they were MINX, a five-member group under Happy Face Entertainment that debuted in 2014. The issue was immediate and undeniable. They debuted with a bright, cheerful song called Love Shake, but the market was already oversaturated with similar concepts. The group faced a stark reality. Nobody was watching. Their debut did not chart well, and the public showed little interest. For 2 years, the group promoted without gaining any significant traction. This period is often cited by fans as the dark ages for the members, who were stuck in a cycle of promotions that yielded no returns. The company faced a critical decision: disband the group or try something drastic. In an industry where most failed groups simply fade away, Happy Face Entertainment chose a rare path. They decided to rebrand entirely. This was not just a change of clothes, it was a reconstruction of the group's identity. In 2017, the company added two new members, Handong and Gayeon, bringing the total to 7. They shed the MINX name and the bubbly image, re-debuting as Dreamcatcher with the song Chase Me. This move was considered a massive gamble. The concept was a horror thriller theme with a rock-influenced sound, a stark contrast to the trending girl crush or innocent concepts popular in Korea at the time. While the international community took notice of the unique sound, the group faced a new set of challenges in the domestic market. The rock metal genre was not mainstream in K-pop. Broadcast stations were unsure how to handle their sound during music shows, often adjusting audio levels poorly or cutting their stages short. The issue wasn't a lack of talent, it was a lack of fit within the standard K-pop format. They were carving out a niche, but that niche came with the price of mainstream invisibility. Following their re-debut, they launched the Nightmare series, starting with Good Night and continuing with Fly High and You and I. While these songs built a dedicated fan base, they highlighted a growing divide between their international popularity and their domestic relevance. The group was selling out concerts in Europe and Latin America, a feat for a rookie group from a small agency, yet they remained virtually unknown to the general Korean public. This disparity is a documented issue within the industry. Their music videos featured complex storylines involving supernatural lore, which required commitment from viewers to understand. In a fast-paced digital consumption era, asking an audience to decode a storyline was a risk. Rumors began to circulate on forums about whether the company could sustain a group that was popular globally but ignored locally. The financial strain of high-production music videos and world tours without domestic endorsement deals or chart-topping hits became a point of speculation among industry watchers. The situation became more complicated in 2020. As the group was preparing for the dystopia The Tree of Language album, a controversy arose regarding member Handong. It was announced that she would be participating in the Chinese survival show Youth with You Too. This decision sparked debate among fans. Sending an active, established idol back to a survival show is often viewed as a desperate move or a sign of mismanagement. The logistics were problematic. Due to the outbreak of COVID-19 and subsequent lockdowns, Handong was stranded in China. She was unable to return to Korea for the promotions of Scream and Boca. For a group of 7 members to perform as 6 for a full promotional cycle was a significant blow. Fans expressed frustration with Happy Face Entertainment, questioning why they had sent a member away during a critical comeback period. The company stated it was an opportunity for her to promote in China, but the timing resulted in a visible gap in the group's choreography and promotional activities. During this same period, the group faced criticism regarding their musical direction. With the release of Boca and later Odd Eye, the sound evolved to include more electronic and trap elements blended with rock. While the songs performed well on Billboard's World Albums chart, some listeners criticized the group for selling out or moving away from their rock roots. The shift in sound triggered discussions about artistic integrity. The lyrics of Boca tackled the issue of malicious comments, a topic that resonated with the members who had faced online harassment. However, the aggressive tone of the song divided opinions. This era highlighted the difficulty of maintaining a unique identity while trying to achieve mainstream success. The pressure to secure a music show win, a standard metric of success in Korea, was mounting. In 2022, the group released Maison, the lead single from their second studio album. This track brought the issue of climate change to the forefront. The song was darker and more urgent. By this point, Dreamcatcher had been active for over 1,800 days without a single music show win in Korea. This statistic became a focal point for their fandom insomnia. The lack of a win was not due to poor music, but a symptom of the scoring system on Korean music shows, which heavily weighs digital streaming numbers within Korea and broadcast points, areas where the group struggled against acts from major agencies. The Maison promotions turned into a concerted effort by fans to organize streaming and voting parties. The situation culminated on a broadcast of MBC's Show Champion. When it was announced that Dreamcatcher had won, the members' reaction was one of shock. They had waited 5 years for a trophy. The win validated their long struggle, but it also underscored the systemic difficulties faced by groups from mid-tier agencies. Even with the win, the group faced industry-standard issues regarding contract renewals and future activities. In 2023, their contract expiration date approached. While other groups from their debut year were disbanding or losing members, Dreamcatcher renewed their contracts, a move that surprised those who assumed the members would seek larger agencies. However, they did not walk away from controversy entirely. Their participation in the Queendom of Puzzle reality show later that year sparked new conversations. Member Yoo-hyun and Dami participated, representing the group. The editing and screen time distribution on such shows often lead to fan outrage, and this was no different. Viewers noted that despite their senior status and vocal ability, they were often sidelined in the narrative in favor of contestants from larger companies or those with viral moments. This reinforced the narrative that despite their skills and global sales, the industry hierarchy still viewed them as underdogs. Throughout their career, Dreamcatcher has operated outside the typical K-pop structure. They do not often appear on major variety shows, and their digitals in Korea remain modest compared to their physical album sales and YouTube views. The controversy of their career is essentially a case study on the K-pop industry's bias against non-Big Four agencies and non-mainstream genres. They navigated a failed debut as MINX, a risky rebrand, the absence of a member due to a survival show, and the criticism of their sound evolution. They managed to achieve success on their own terms, but the journey exposed the friction between global popularity and domestic recognition. Their path demonstrates that while talent is necessary, the structure of the Korean entertainment industry creates significant barriers for those who do not fit the mold. The group continues to release music and tour, but the narrative of their career remains defined by the obstacles they had to overcome rather than just the music itself.